What is going on, my fellow Bitcoiners? Here with another episode of the Gentlemen of Crypto, which usually starts at 10 a.m. But right now we've been on a 10-ish a.m. schedule. And Bitcoin Zay is still out sick, which is why we've been at this 10-ish schedule because I've been picking up the slack, doing all the research and the writing and everything I usually share with him. So make sure you give him a hard time when he comes back. But no, we're going to have a short show today. Taco Tuesday, that's right, Derek Alvarez. Still owe you an email, haven't forgot, just been a lot going on. But yeah, so a lot going on, folks. Bitcoin market has actually been pretty quiet the last couple of days. The price has remained relatively the same. We're looking at the 4,300 mark. Here and there it goes up and down. Hey, Sterling, thanks for joining. So the price has been pretty, it's been pretty solid, hasn't been changing a lot. But the real news of the day, of the week, possibly of the year, kind of alludes to what I said yesterday, to alludes what we said last week, to alludes to what we've been saying for the past year. We've been telling family and friends about, you know, the debt ceiling and all that. Well, it turns out the U.S. national debt passes 20 trillion. I had to read this. I had to keep looking at it. It's like, is this real? The U.S. national debt passes $20 trillion for the first time in history. That is right, people. The real bubble has stood up and announced itself as being present. And here is the U.S. national debt. It has passed $20 trillion. And it is crazy to me that people are still aren't worried. I mean, people are just going about every day in America, their normal daily lives. You know, social justice issue here. You know, football season started over here. It's a normal day to day. But the U.S. has passed its highest dollar of national debt since its history. I think that's a huge deal. As we stated last week, as I said yesterday, just hold on to your crypto right now. Like, it is coming. The wave will, you know, we already had a big push where a lot of people became millionaires between the months of May and June, when we had the big pump in March, and then we had another pump in May. Like I said, end of May toward the beginning of June, there was a big pump. People in the crypto world made a ton of money. But guess what? It's not too late. We always tell people it's not too late. Not only is it not too late because this is a international worldwide currency that's going to take years for the, you know, for a good percentage of the world to adopt, but it's also not too late because these big pumps are still here. When you get headlines that say the U.S. national debt ceiling, U.S. national debt has passed $20 trillion for the first time in history. When you get headlines that say, you know, Donald Trump's getting rid of the whole debt ceiling, he's been thinking about it. Then yeah, we still have hope. I was looking at something. Somebody was asking me the one coin. I'll write it down. I might say it later if I can think of it. But yeah, so very bullish on Bitcoin, even more bullish than I already have been. And I'm all in, folks. For me, myself personally, pretty sure Bitcoin Zay is on the same thing. You know, all our external money we receive from anything goes straight to Bitcoin. And this is the reason why. Debt ceiling is at its highest. The national debt's at its highest. The debt ceiling might be getting erased. We don't know which way the money's going to go. People are taking money out the stock market and putting it back into gold and crypto. So I'm really bullish, but I just had to say, will the real debt ceiling please stand up? Will the real bubble please stand up? Because everyone always says Bitcoin's in a bubble and crypto's in a bubble. Listen, the numbers are there. The numbers don't lie. The technology's there and technology doesn't lie. Just like the numbers are there for our bad credit we have here in the States and other countries abroad. So we'll see what happens, but that's something to key in on. Oh, before I go too far, I want to announce the free Bitcoin winners. Now here's the thing. For my free Bitcoin winners, right, awesome, folks. Bitcoin is going to hit 5K soon, Big Nash. Vic, I'm actually glad you just commented just now because I want to talk to you personally. You're one of a couple people I want to give a shout out to. For the free Bitcoin people, you have to give us a Bitcoin address, and then you have to give us the right address. So our we had 2 winners yesterday. We had 3 winners, but only one person so far received any Bitcoin because they were only one provided the address. But I do want to give the other people a chance to, so I'll give you a private message. But one person, Roger T, was saying he thinks Bitcoin will hit. If you remember yesterday for the free Bitcoin, I said, when will it hit $5,000 again? You know, when we surpass that amount. Roger T believes it will be November after the SegWit drama. For those who don't know what's going on, SegWit's happening right now as far as making the Bitcoin transaction speed faster. I'm not going to go into the technical part of it. That's not me. That's Bitcoin Zay. He knows all the technical aspects of it. But SegWit is here to improve Bitcoin, but because of it, they might also split off into another coin later this year, as we saw with Bitcoin Cash. So Roger T says he thinks it'll hit that 5K mark sometime around November, after we figure out what's going on with SegWit. Are we going to have another coin? Are we not going to have another coin? Is it going to work? Are we going to scale? Vignesh Sunday Rajan said, in 4 weeks we'll surpass that $5,000 mark again, once all the fake news surpasses and all the buy and sell orders from the bull and bear whales surpasses as well. So for those who don't know what that means, he's saying once, right now on all the exchanges, a lot of people are very bullish and very bearish on Bitcoin. Some people are, going long. Some people are shorting it. For exchanges like Kraken, you can go long up to 5 times. So once again, for those who are kind of new to trading, going long or shorting it 5 times means that for every, for example, 1 Bitcoin you throw in there, if you go long 5 times, you make that another Bitcoin back after you pay the fees and everything you owe back to the exchange for the lending, you will get 5 times the amount you put in, just about. So there are people going super long on it, and there are people going super short on it the opposite direction. Shorting it means that they think Bitcoin is going to continue to fall, it's a bubble, it's going to pop, all that madness, and if it does, then they'll make tons of money as well. However, they have traditionally lost that match time and time again. But he's saying once those, or she, I'm not sure, once those buy and sell orders for these bulls and bears kind of condensed a little bit, and we figure out the way ahead, because it's not as bad when it's not as volatile, then that price will go back to 5K. And then for the third person, Alberto Martel, they said we will hit that 5K mark and flourish again after the SegWit hard fork, and once we figure out what's happening. He said he doesn't think it's going to happen because we already have Bitcoin Cash, which is what a lot of people said. Once we have Bitcoin Cash, there wasn't another reason to make another Bitcoin, quote unquote. So he doesn't think that's going to happen, but he also thinks after that. So a lot of people are saying basically after we find out what's going on with SegWit in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm even more bullish. I'm hoping in the next 2 to 3 weeks we touch that 5K mark again. I think it's possible, definitely next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks personally. But those were the 3 people who received the free Bitcoin. I believe none of you. Oh, Alberto was the only person who received it so far because his address worked. Vig, you didn't give me an address, so I need that. And then Roger T, you gave me the wrong address, so I need that one as well. But yeah, great comments, and not just with the 5K mark, great comments all around. We got some comments in regards to all different stuff we talk about in the video. So we definitely appreciate the input, even if it's critiques or if it's positive, whatever. We appreciate it all. We like to respond, and yeah, it's a different perspective, and I think everybody needs that in the crypto community. I see everybody on Facebook Live joining, a couple of people. Thanks for joining as well here. Today we are on Facebook Live and YouTube. Since we're missing the phone, I can't go on my iGo right now. But those are the 2. So we talk about the national debt. Other news, I mean, the main news cycles for all things Bitcoin related right now are all ICO regulations, and taxing Bitcoin. Both things we spoke extensively about, so I'm not going to beat that dead horse. You know how I feel about regulations in general. I think some are needed for some ICOs. I get it. However, also, people, you have to stop being lazy. That's what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is about. It's about you having the keys to the kingdom. You have your own money. You can do what you want with it. And with that money, and you being able to do what you want with it, you're autonomous in the way you operate in life. So with that autonomy comes responsibility. So you can't, it's not fair for people to rely on governments, to rely on, to me, that's like the nanny state. You're relying on them like a parent or a boss or somebody to do the work for you. No, stop being lazy, get in, do the reading, or follow the people you need to follow on Twitter and YouTube and all that who might do some of it for you. But you have to do the due diligence, people, because if not, then the governments will take over and they will regulate, and with that regulation will come a stagnant Bitcoin price that for some reason, even though it should be over the 5K mark, we're still at 4,200. So that is what comes with the regulations, because everybody's in the standstill mode. They don't know what's going to happen next. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Thanks. Make sure you put that put that Bitcoin address in the comments after the video, because I won't be able to see the live comments here. Let's see what's going on with Ricky Flair. That's right. Dave, you said, what's your take on Enigma? Enigma, just like a lot of other new ICOs in general, I don't want to go too deep into the ICO stuff. We're actually releasing our best altcoins we buy today, and I'll be doing an ICO alert later on this week. But just real quick, Enigma, I feel like it's like a lot of the other ICOs. I don't think it's a big scale per se, but I don't know. I did due diligence on it. At the end of the day, they're all starting to look alike. And for me personally right now, there's not worth the risk. Even Enigma. Enigma look good, but it's not worth the risk. There's a couple more coming down I'll talk about this week that might be worth the risk. So we'll look into that. Next thing though, like I said, ICO regulations is the same old stuff. Taxation, same old thing. As I said yesterday, I backpedaled. You know, I don't want to give any taxes away. I'm going to stand on that right now. I mean, I might have to toward the end of this year, next year. We'll see where the regulations are at, or I might be moving. We'll see what happens. And then let's see, Argentina. They're getting 200 new Bitcoin ATMs by October. In October, they will get 200 Bitcoin ATMs alone. For those who haven't seen our Bitcoin ATM video, go back. We literally have one here in Hollywood, I think about 3 blocks away from my house. And on that Bitcoin machine, there's like a thing for all the other locations in Hollywood. It's like 14 or 15 different locations in and around LA for this one company. Bitcoin ATMs, expect them to proliferate. It's a great idea. Think of it this way. If you had a Bitcoin ATM in the airport, people, you wouldn't have to do the same type of transferring your funds and getting charged those high fees. Bitcoin ATMs, they do have high fees, but not as high as the exchange rate right now. And yeah, you can put them almost anywhere. So expect that to be big business coming up in the next few years. It's already getting a little bit bigger. You would be balling out, right? We've actually, Bitcoin Zay and I have actually discussed possibly investing in some Bitcoin ATMs. But the more homework we did, it requires a lot of work. So if it's something you're interested in, make sure you do the due diligence, and twist of my words. But it does require different regulations in different states, like a lot of stuff. The maintenance on them is pretty expensive because there's not a lot of people who can maintain a Bitcoin ATM right now. The location, there's a lot of rules, like I said, rules and regulations around it. However, it is a brand new market, so you can go in there, you can muscle your way and do very well. Yeah, the money control license. Thank you, info noobs. Yeah, the money control license is one of those things. Money transmitter license, all that stuff. You got to look into it. But it is going to be a profitable business. Trust me on that one. I mean, Bitcoin ATMs, unless they can convert old ATMs into them somehow, I'm not sure how they would do that. I see Bitcoin ATMs proliferating. They already have, like I said, all throughout California. Argentina is talking about getting 200 of them next month. So one thing, we always talk business. When you're looking at a new industry like this, don't just set your sights on America, people. You don't have to go travel or anything, but you can literally set up an operation of Bitcoin ATMs or something in another country and just have someone there that kind of handles all the day-to-day business. So once again, every day it's a new industry. It's a new industry, and every day there's new ways to do business in and around it. So we'll make sure you're looking at those. Oh, and something good, OpenBazaar released their 2.0 for their updates for their 2.0 beta release. For those who don't know what OpenBazaar is, regardless if you like the the executives behind it or not, because there is a little online back and forth and controversy with the execs because someone might not like the CEO or whatever. But OpenBazaar, I think, is a novel idea. It's a decentralized marketplace on the blockchain. So basically, think of it's almost like Alibaba, where you can go straight to the manufacturer. It's the same thing on the blockchain, where it has a marketplace. You can buy wherever you want, straight from the person selling it. Think eBay and all that stuff, but there's of course lower fees. The transactions are a lot faster. I think the biggest thing on that, I haven't really used it yet, but I think the biggest thing in general would be the trust of the seller, of course. But there's already mechanisms and systems in place where you can rate sellers. But in general, I like decentralized marketplaces. I mean, once again, it goes back to that regulation. Do I want some things regulated? Yes, but I also want to have the opportunity if I want to take a peek at an online exchange and buy something from another part of the world that I think is from a good seller. I want to be able to do that without having these rules over me telling me I can't. And with OpenBazaar, that was birthed from Silk Road. Silk Road, positive or negative, has a lot of negative connotations with Bitcoin. In general, it was a decentralized marketplace that just sold everything. Now, unfortunately, they were selling things that were illegal as well, and get people in trouble and get people in danger and all that. But from the birth of that decentralized marketplace, birthed all these other ones, OpenBazaar, this, that, and other. Like literally 10 popped up when they shut it down. So this is something else I think will be very big. which will be interesting when it comes to, you talk about Amazon. I'm interested to see if they're going to adopt the blockchain technology and put some of their stuff on there, because right now, they have this high valuation, haven't really made a lot of money, but just the fact that, it may do well one day. They have the high valuation. But if there's places like OpenBazaar and other things on the blockchain opening up, you can see that disrupt their industry, directly. So we'll see what happens with Amazon, Alibaba, some of these other big online marketplaces and stores. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You said, Ricky Flair, you said, I'm the fish in the barrel. Was that the new fish in the barrel? I think somebody asked me one coin I would bet on right now, or one coin I'm going in on. I have a ton of coins, so I can't say one, but I will tell you all one that's literally flown under the radar for the past year that I got in pretty early, and I like a lot of it. Like I said, I'll probably do a altcoin thing on it, but that's ARK. I will say ARK. ARK's a pretty good coin. Do your own due diligence on it. But yeah, that's one of the ones I like. Somebody asked me what's the one coin I'll get into. ARK's continuously had pretty good returns, and it has a steady growth, has a great community to it. But then again, like we always say, you can say that with hundreds of coins. They all have some good stuff to them. But let's see, for the free bit, I'm gonna keep this one short since I'm by myself right now. Yeah, you got that one this week. Yeah, ARK's been good for a long time. Honestly, I think ARK's already went up about 6 or 7 times in the past 5 months. Quiet as kept. A lot of people don't know that. It's one of the small ones that, it's getting bigger now. I think it's at like $3 or something, but ARK wasn't that much, beginning of this year. Last year it was like probably less than $1, pennies on a dollar or something. So it's had a pretty astronomical increase as well. For the free Bitcoin today, let's see, so much craziness going on. Oh, here we go, for the free Bitcoin. Will President Donald Trump get rid of the debt ceiling, or will he raise it? Tell me what you think and why, and put your public address down that I can actually use and just give that free Bitcoin to you. And we'll say the best 2 responses we'll give the free Bitcoin to. So after the video, in the comment section, just let me know if President Trump, is he going to increase the debt ceiling? Is he going to get rid of it? What's going to happen? What's going to happen with the national debt? Just tell me what's going to happen with the national debt and why, and then put that Bitcoin address and we'll make sure we give it to you. And yeah, when you see people today, just ask them, will the real bubble please? Because this certainly isn't Bitcoin and cryptocurrency at this rate. We have all the madness going on, and we're still at $4,200. That is saying a lot, people. And even for those who are spooked, will the price go down, will it go up? We started off this year at $1,000. So even if the price did go down, we cut that $4,200 in half, a lot of people are still like seeing bigger returns than they ever seen in their life. So the fact that, like I said, staying at $4,200 and China's trying to throw FUD out there, United States is throwing FUD out there, Russia's throwing FUD. You have scammers and the ICOs. You have hackers going, crazy. I've been hearing there's a lot of hacking going on online. It's just stuff everywhere in every direction that would kill Bitcoin if it was something to be killed. But since it hasn't, we see the long-term longevity in it, the use case for it, not just Bitcoin, but some of the other cryptos. And I'm just looking forward to this wild ride next month. October is going to be a good month. End of September is going to be a good month. October is going to be a great month for cryptocurrency. So thanks for watching. You can follow us at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO, on YouTube, of course. Subscribe here. Facebook, Twitter, the Instagram that we never use because we never take pictures. And I believe that is it. I can't wait to see these comments so I can give you that free Bitcoin. Take care until next time.